I have an inquiry come to me, which is how to become whole or how to release. There is nothing whole in and of itself, is the first thing I would say. That has to be understood. Same when we pick up a cigarette, I'm still smoking my own way. We pick up a cigarette, we light it, and we bring it down halfway, and we think, I'll flick it, I'll flick it, I'll flick it, and it becomes disparaging. So it's not complete anymore. But it's not to say you can't take another one. And I hate to use tobacco as an example, it's not the purest form of alleviation we can come across. The purest form of alleviation you come across is to meet with one instant. Not to say there isn't a totality about this moment. It can seem fragmented within ourselves. Maybe because we've two eyes, maybe because we've two nostrils, and maybe because we've one mouth. But we insert from different sides on occasions, just for example. But the point I'm trying to make is when we allow ourselves to come to totality, which is a difficult process, it's about completely releasing and letting go. This means one thing that guided me towards this situation in the past was repentance. I don't like the biblical terminology of it, I like the formidability of it, which are things in your soul that may burden you. And that means you may have what we call sins or remortences. Remortences mean you may be murked, like little murmurs under our breath which we wish to talk to each other about, but we seek not to disclose them. There's a place we can go with this, which is what we call prayer. And I don't think there's any fear or anything wrong with prayer. And if we wish to become whole, realise you are complete in and of itself. You are the total expressional. There's nothing incomplete about it. It's only a fragmented state that needs addressing. And once that fragmented state is addressed emotionally, it means we become whole again. It means the light can burst through us. It becomes whole again through us again and again and again. But it's like when you haven't had that one encounter with what you miss, it's right there with you, see, and that's why you miss it. It's just right under your nose, so to speak. I wouldn't say under your nose this time because I've used that expression before, but I'd say it's right under your lips that you can't address it. And it's the first word that comes to the lips right now. That's what you need to get in touch with. Somehow or other, that's the person, the place, the thing, the guys. And I see the guys that make it seem like it's not an abnormality in its own way. There's some, but for some people it's completely unable to live in the supreme world. To live in a total world where materialistic isn't real, it's fictional, it's dismarriaged in some way. And that's not to say anyone has to go and have a marriage breakup or anyone has to separate. It's to say it's to accept this moment, as Eckhart Tolle talks about, to be in and of itself as a new thing. That's to say, I don't want to use his words or his quotations personally, but from what I've learned from him is to guide me towards the wholeness of what is already. And that's because many teachers will rephrase the same quotes, the same teachers, the same renamesaking. And that's not to ever forsake a name, it's to rename the same impliance, so to speak. The impliance being the recurrence of this moment. Sometimes I feel distracted, sometimes I feel distracted, sometimes I feel emotionally engaged, sometimes I feel disengaged. Once we know ourselves well enough, we can always reach that point of fruition and tuition again. But that means you should have no fear to go under a teacher despite how you think you go. You know, some people could think they know it all, and that could be an apprehension within their minds for fear that we aren't complete enough. I will, of course, yeah, thank you. Insane, no, that's completely put me off there, and there's my sense of discourage coming in. It's about letting go to the whole, really, which is always present. It's just sometimes we can't get there unless we have soul carriages or soul burdens, and that means we have to let them go in our own way, and that could be a year process, a monthly process, a daily process. A daily process means we have to do it every day for 7 to 8 weeks until we feel clear enough within ourselves that we can carry on from where we want to go to where we allow ourselves to be. And it's all about allowance and it's all about permittance, and it's about subjecting ourselves in a sense to the greater force that is existence. And you can try and see behind me the light and the clouds there. I cannot equate to that. If a storm brews up here and I have to take shelter from the rain, that means I don't want to get wet. In the same sense, we don't want to dip our toes into the big pool sometimes. The big pool being all of existence. The big occurring light that can equate everywhere. These might seem like brave, conturns words, but courageous. But in saying that the tree here is, I'll try and get in my frame here, a mix of autumn and spring. So in that sense, we have seasons within our life. Along with the world, we have seasons within our life. When we have seasons within our life, it means we hit downturns and hardship and downturns altogether. But at the same time, it means we can pick ourselves up. But these are our learning curves where we learn to come through the light, come through the phase again. And if you don't like the word light, use wholeality or totality or completion. And that means when we feel complete or feel total within ourselves, it can be really insulting to be renamed anything else like I am psychiatry, but because of the terms I get in here, I'll let it all upload all it to see if it makes any sense to where it's going. But I'm saying that, thanks for now.